Hello, I like money.
Deus 113 subscribed to the channel.
Right, so we should be live again. Just had a bit of a technical issue there. I do apologise. So we should be live right in time for the grand finals. Sorry about that. And yeah, I will now update all the links.
Hello, I like money.
Should get people back in.
Subscribed to the channel.
Sadly, it's got the wrong profile. It's got the wrong thumbnail for some reason, but it's not really a big deal. It's weird that the thumbnail is wrong. Oh yeah, I'm not allowed to post in that channel. It's really weird. It's got an Armor 3 photo on it, as opposed to what it should be. But yes, we're just waiting for the third place finals to begin, and then it will be the grand finals. Third place and finals. So for those of you who are just joining us in the VOD, there should be a VOD in the description, which is unlisted at the moment, but I will fix it in a while when I can. And that is the rest of the tournament. All the games are time-stamped exactly, etc. And now we're just waiting for the third place finals to begin. So what we can do in the meantime is just watch a game that we didn't get a chance to see at the time when it happened. So I'd like to see Resnos versus Helljumper. I think that would be a pretty interesting one. Don't see it. So yeah, I'm just getting Helljumper versus Resnos, and that'll take whoopsie daisy. It'll take a couple seconds to come through as I have to restart my game to load the replay. Now we can start the Twitch one back up. Sorry about this, guys. I just had a technical issue. And now I just got to sort a couple things out. So yeah, finals about to start. I will get that game playing. And then I will get that game playing, and then we will watch that game. Wow, incredible. And then we'll see about the third place finals, which should have started 20 minutes ago, but I mean, he's not... well, I don't see it. Like, surely it would be going by now. Who's it between? Resnos and Tomato. So, got Finest Soldier of Pilsudski against Helljumper. Of course, we already sort of know the ending, but I want to see what happens here, given that Helljumper's playing a very, very good div and is presumably the better player. So we want to know what happened here. Nice long game for you, so I'll play it at several times the speed. Oh, yikes. So, let's focus on mid at half speed, cinematic, you know. So you see the honkers are pretty fast, given the special forces makes them 120. So you can really just run right up to these snipers and kill them. I would have, having gotten here, I would have just gone for that. Because the sniper is really killing these guys quite quickly. Same with the Mark 19, but looks like he took mid there, which is pretty exciting. And yeah, so we're just waiting for the third place finals to start. And in the meantime, we're just watching one of the previous games. And then it'll be the grand finals after the third place finals. Sadly, this guy just refuses to read the rules or anything. And yeah, I'm not sure what to say. He was just like, oh, there's a third place final. I mean, it's just... Can you not do me a favour and just quit making life difficult for everybody around you? Is that so hard? So over here, Helljumper has shown up with his light rifle dragons, but there's a lot more BMP-1s here. And the Pychota Z-Mechs, you do get a lot of them. They don't get smoke. They should die in one hit to a Dragon 2, but if the Dragon 2's all missed, then obviously you don't kill it, right? And they did miss there. And yeah, these SPG-9s, they're doing a lot of work. And we did see a coffin launcher out there. There's no supply though. It's always worth bringing a supply with it. And I like to open 2 CVs on this map because so Helljumper actually has the point lead, despite the fact that Pilsudski here has the middle zone. And a lot of that is to do... We are on the right version of the map here. These are +1s instead of +2s. But that has a lot to do with the fact that so basically you send 1 CV Delta Bravo Alpha, that's the best way, and then you send 1 Echo Mid, because that'll get there quite fast. And on the other side you send 1 Golf Hotel India and 1 Foxtrot Charlie. If you only open 1, it's always best to go for the one that does 3. So you see Helljumper here did Golf Hotel India, whereas Pilsudski here did Delta Echo Mid, which even though it's the middle point, it's still just a +1. So it's a little bit less efficient. And then he's bought another one like just for Alpha, and it's like, yeah. But what he can actually do is push into Foxtrot if he notices. I mean, it's kind of... He's not got much HP, right? There's not much HP going on there. So, I'm not entirely sure. I need to refresh the browser thing. It's not updating the chat. There we go. Why is the next match up? Because I wasn't seeing him playing. Is the next match up as for third place game is on? Okay, fair enough. So there you go. So he took mid, and then he just like won basically. I'm not sure what happened in the other 27 minutes of the game, but he got mid at the start, and presumably he just holds on to this lead for the rest of the game. Who's DC? So yeah, you held on to that. So let's get on with the third place finals. Oh, Discord. Oh, okay, my bad. Tomato Addicted is in deployment. So I guess we could have kept watching that for a couple minutes more and skipped the deployment, so that's my bad. But I'm going to blame you guys for that. So, wait, what? Oh, this is the third place game. So Tomato Addicted bringing out the 9th US, presumably he was saving it for the finals. And same with Pilsudski, bringing out the 25th Soviet. 2 very strong divisions here. So this is the third place finals. And that's weird. It's actually linked it to the same stream on Twitch. It's not actually started a new stream. Interesting. So I just need to link the new one. While we wait for them to deploy, maybe I could grab myself a glass of water or something. I have been speaking for 11 minutes straight. Let's get a real answer to that question. I have been speaking for 4 minutes and 30 minutes straight. So let's try and get to the end of the deployment. And he has brought all his guys in 50 cal jeeps instead of grenade launcher jeeps. It's literally so over, dude. That's like the best part of 9th US is that you get grenade launcher jeeps. Having said that, I do not like 9th US for this map at all. If he gets to Foxtrot at the start, golden. But if he has to push into Foxtrot, it's horrible. You basically have to smoke the whole map. You just got to smoke everything and then put the Hellfire launchers here and like here to shoot down the here, you know. You want to use that 2,800 meters range, and then you got to smoke. Like, smoke all this and come this way, or it's best to, like, smoke back here and come this way. Smoke behind this, you know. So that is possible. So let's do a poll in chat. I've noticed, like, half of you never bother answering it. I guess you don't care who wins. That's correct. Power to you. I mean, you don't get anything for winning. It's a shame they don't have channel points, you know. Oh, Cryjev's back. Put user in timeout, 24 hours. Don't want him spoiling the answer. That's because I started a new stream. And yeah, the ROS things are really good, especially that Special Forces on the transport. So he can still watch it. I don't think it stopped him from watching it. He's just not allowed to type anything because he was spoiling the outcome of the games. So yeah, don't worry about it. Who will win 3rd place? Tomato Addicted, 9th USA. Resnos, 25th Soviet. So yeah, we're waiting for them to deploy. So hoping we can, there we go, speeding it up a little bit. So it's time for me to go get a drink, so I probably should have just left that deploying there. But whatever. Well, nobody will mind. So yeah, we've got Tomato Addicted playing 9th US with the wrong deck because he's not brought grenade launchers with his vehicles. So he's going to be running 50 cals all game. The main advantage of 9th US is that you get a bunch of grenade launcher cars, and he's not brought any of them. So he's doomed, basically, and he's going up against Resnos, who I think Tomato's probably the better player, but I think Resnos is on the better division, especially for this map. Although Tomato's on the better side, so it's all down to you, you know, what you decide. That's a great way to start the game. Just lose your CV to an SU-25. Pretty tough attack at the start, to tell you the truth. I mean, Pilsudski, Resnos, basically put all his guys in the wrong place here. Typically, you'd want to attack this at the start, but I guess he assumed that the enemy would be there. But there's actually nothing here, so he could have attacked that at the start, but, you know, neither of them went for it. So this 50 cal here would have killed this already if it was a grenade launcher, just saying. Does have some TOW2s around the side here, which is pretty impressive, actually. And this thing is really good if it hits its missiles, which it didn't. It would have one-shot that if it hit its missiles. And it also gets this gun called the Pave Claw, which is basically an A10 cannon, but it's a gun pod version of the A10 cannon. So it is pretty effective. But generally, you want the Mavericks to hit. Well, he missed again with the Mavericks. Third miss on the Mavericks. Wow, 60% accuracy. Big brain. Aim 9Ps are really good. Well, they only deal 4 HE, but they've got longer range. Oh, mate. What an awful volley from the F-16. It missed everything. It literally missed everything. It got a Bruiser on its way out. Great. At least it didn't die. That's the only way that could have gone any worse. Terrible, terrible, terrible set of circumstances there. So F-16 cluster gets 2 tapped by an Su-27. Man, Tomato not having any luck at all here. Schmel lighting up the field, and neither player is bought. So what is going on here? Oh no, I see. They did have 2 CVs. It's just... Oh, he's only got 1, and it's a tracked one. So he's going to be behind on points now. But, despite getting smacked around, Tomato is still in this zone. And will pick up that Su-27. Yeah, because if it flies over, your accuracy just gets exponentially higher. And it was already 70. Well, it's not exponential. It is actually sort of like a pseudo-exponential. It's like manually coded values, but they follow an exponential curve. It is really funny. If you look at it in the code, it leads to some very weird graphs. Basically, going from like 2,000 meters to 1,900 meters doesn't give you that much accuracy, but going from 800 to 700 gives you loads, which I suppose makes sense. But the way they programmed it is really weird. I remember having to look through that a long time ago. So, really interesting game, actually. And yeah, they do have AA missile. I really like the Pave Claw. Ninth has a strong air tab. It's just very expensive on the point costs. But he's made big waves here. The fact that he somehow got these around, I guess they went up here and around here. And now he's got this 2,800 meter and if he gets some AA in there, I mean, it's really not looking great for Resnos now. He put a bunch of units here that just didn't do anything. If he'd sent them all over here, that's something. If he'd sent them all over here, that's something. But instead he just sat here because he assumed that blue would attack him there. Which doesn't make much sense because what you got to do is put that grenade launcher there and then there you go, you're sorted. Maybe 1 unit and then send the rest over here. But instead he invested incorrectly and he is now suffering the price there. So... yeah, a bit of a slowdown here. I mean, so he seems to know that it's there, but if he just drives this in, it's just going to kill him, so... interesting decision-making there. The BMP-1 came down this road and got hit by a dragon. Just came down this road and got hit by... I mean, there's quite a few dragons here. I mean, I'd be much more inclined to put a TOW2 here. Maybe he doesn't have the TOW2As in his deck, or... I think you get regular TOW2s. But yeah, Pilsudski's got something happening here. If he moves up the curb and, you know, moves some guys up, get some reinforcements over here, he can make something happen. Instead, he's opted to reinforce with 2 Su-25 rockets. Did you see how this got suppressed on mist from that eagle shot that actually went for the Su-25? Very interesting. Anyway, this isn't actually next to that, so it's not resupplying. And, you know, keep in mind, we've been talking for 4.5 hours and watching for 4.5 hours, but these guys have been playing for 4.5 hours. So, yeah, it's not fantastic. It's not fantastic. And then he just surrendered. So that's a shame. I mean, I guess he was losing pretty bad, like 3-1 KD. So there you go, your 3rd place winner is Tomato Addicted. And we will go to our grand final, which is between Yukipo and Integer. So yeah, just a pretty rough start up there. I mean, there should be 20 minutes until the fight. I mean, they can start early if they want. I'll tell them that actually. Um, it's just I put the break there because they're both allowed a break, and the third place finals usually take more than 5 minutes. Sometimes it'd be like that. So let's get another one of the replays from earlier in the tournament. I'm looking for some replays. What's one we haven't seen? Shame I pushed through that. So we watched the Crep one. Let's watch some of the earlier ones. So like, I know there was one between two guys a bit earlier that would have been pretty cool to watch. Because neither of them are like in this stage of the game, so you won't immediately know who wins. But I can't find it. Alright, I found one. So, let me just set this up. It'll take a couple seconds. I do thank you for waiting. We're just waiting for the grand finals now. The third place final was a bit shorter than we expected. So the players are basically entitled to another 20 minutes break if they want it. But if they both want to play, they can play. It's up to them. Leave the choice up to them. Obviously, they have that entitlement if they need it. Basically, we expected the third place game to take about an hour. Polish Square was the surprising one. 9th Panzer loss replay. I'm not entirely sure where that happened. If we've got time, I'll show it. Hopefully this will, but the thing is, you'll know who wins. So we shouldn't have 9th Panzer loss replay, right? So this was from the RO32, and neither of these guys have made it further into the tournament from any of the games we've played, so we don't, unless you go and look up the bracket, which you can do, you won't actually know who wins this one, because we haven't seen either of these players play, which is why I was looking for a game quite far back for that reason, and they're both quite evenly matched people. So we've got the same again, Polish DK versus Polish Square in the first round. Many such cases. It's literally the third... Well, I mean, one of them was Polish Circle instead of Polish Square, but it's basically the third time we've seen this. So you see that the ROS actually get there before the forward deployed guys from Red, which is wild. And I don't know if that's just because Red gets... Red just doesn't get there as fast. Or, do you know what I mean? Like, maybe this is just closer to that, so they just get there faster. It does kind of seem that way. Like, is this actually in the middle? No, it is actually closer to this side. Not by much. Not by much at all, actually. It looks like it's in the middle. But they are getting there first with their special forces. But they shouldn't catch up that fast, so it must just be the map. It must just be the map. They should not catch up that fast. And you see that funny transport enjoyer here has gone for... this is Skull, by the way. I'm just going to keep calling him Skull now. It's just too many syllables. He's gone for the exact same strat I did with putting the ATGM down this road. Very similar matchup. So, yeah, the Honker's a pretty funny name for a car. And so those Speciality, you know, they're not a big squad, so they do get removed pretty quickly. And I can now drink my delicious water. So yeah, Red's got a pretty good handle on this. It seems to be going well, although Blue hasn't actually put a CV in the zone yet. So yeah, over here he gets the CV in, although he's put it in a bit of an odd spot. Behind this is usually a safer one, or even behind this, but just putting it on the road is not great, because you get shot by the BRDM2. Which is not fantastic. Just trying to get the chat back up. And yeah, the Honker's done a lot of work. The Honker has done a lot of work. So, T-55's coming down mid here. They do get hit by the bundle of sticks, and that is making life a lot harder for them. A bit of a slower game, to tell you the truth, although it is the +3, so unless Blue sorts this out pretty quickly, they're going to have a problem. And yeah, looking pretty comfortable for Red. I'll try speeding it up a bit, although it's a 46-minute game, so I guess it doesn't end here, right? But we don't really have anything better to do while we wait for and waiting for GF game 1. Because, yeah, it is a +3, but then something must clearly happen here, otherwise the game would end in 11 minutes, right? So what's going to happen? Whoa, who knows? We don't know who wins overall as well. So this is probably not going to make it. Oh, okay. Grom moment. Oh, he's put it on a move instead of... Oh, that was an SPG-9, actually. So the SPG-9 is like the Grom, but stronger. Despite the battery just being the same gun. This has one... Because of the vet, that has more... It's actually got more range, which is interesting. I do believe they fire the same ammunition, though. So a bit of a weird one there. And Buffy Gum is getting the T-55 up. So yeah, Paichota Zmech are a decent unit. They're basically just arm rifles, except they lose one MG, and instead they get a slightly better a rocket launcher, AT. Sorry, I'm losing it. Not getting enough sleep lately. So yeah, they are a little bit worse than arm rifles in my opinion. I mean, the rocket launcher is a lot better. Simply 60%, well, 55% accuracy at base, and the longer range compared to the Law, and 2 more rounds, but it reloads slower, right? I prefer the Law because you shoot them all, and then the enemy tank is routed. Like, and if you want to actually kill things, you bring rifles with the Law 80. The Spiretti guy is quite lucky to have survived that, given that this was down here. And over here, yeah, the regular Paichota are 50 points for 9 men. This is more like Jaeger. This is a lot like Jaeger Panzerfaust, right? Lots of price inflation over the past couple of years. Infantry squad's quite expensive now. So, yeah. Oh, I'm viewing top chat instead of live chat. I was like, what the hell are you on about? Yeah, there's lots of funny names. I don't know why the Eugen keep putting their weird fetishes into this game. This is a great example. And then there's a bunch of other ones, which I'd rather not read out on stream because it gives me limited monetization, and I need that £2.50, bro. I need that £2.50, bro. Oh well, that game already happened, Matthew. You'd have to scroll back if you wanted to see that. So the seed fired, and it did get an OSA. And this is the main problem with fourth square. They don't really get good planes and stuff. So MiG-23 is going to be sent to dive bomb that Mi-24, and there isn't actually any AA here. DK also has quite bad, Donkey Kong has quite bad AA, but a lot of that is to do with the fact that they get really good ASFs instead. So this is 4th Square's AA piece, and yeah, it should really be 3 per card, but it's only 2. 2 beautiful rivers, but no Polish boats. Yeah, a good point. And just a bit of a weird lack of reaction there from Skull. Just didn't... I guess he couldn't afford it, but like he could have landed the other one, so it didn't have to die, right? So yeah, it does stabilize. And yeah, amphibious speeds basically need to be like twice as fast, or at least 50% faster, and then it would suddenly become useful. So there you go. Buffy Gum has pushed back Skull here. And here as well, Buffy Gum has the advantage. Lots of craters on this road. The Pion is a really cool artillery piece. And if you don't move your Rosas, they will die, like that. I don't think there was corrected shot on that, just two good hits there. I wouldn't say lucky because it's so close that, and with that range, the dispersion circle will be quite tight. So yeah, blue is struggling a bit. I mean, red has lots of very good infantry, and blue just gets lots of coffin launchers, which we're not actually seeing utilized. I mean, in the other game we watched, which is in the previous live stream, which I'll put back up in a minute. I just need to edit something out of it after this ends. I just need to edit something out of it, and then I'll put it back up because it's currently private. We saw like 6 coffin launchers by one player on urban Frontlines, and he was using them all constantly, and he just cleared out the whole thing. So they do work. I mean, 2 of them died. I think having 6 on the field at once is a bit excessive, but yeah, 2 of them did die. And there's like multiple types of commandosi. These are 8-men commandosi, and there were some 6-men commandosi on the other team, but I think they all died. All of the Polish divs get commandosi. It's just there's 2 types: descent commandosi, which have the airborne trait, and regular commandosi, which are much cheaper but don't. But they're all still special forces. And yeah, these guys have 3 MGs, which makes them pretty potent. You see, like this was 7 versus 8, and these guys won this, and they only lost 1 man. So it does matter. It does matter a bit. Not a huge amount. So now you see, now these are actually in the open, and these are in cover. So that'll change things up a bit. You see, they're losing more men now. But they are still the special forces with the 3 machine guns. Thing is, as you lose men, you start losing guns, which makes your DPS go down. And Buffy Gum's managed to push through here. Proc John is saying, guys, there's people near me in my blue circle. That's why that is blue. Do you remember the name of your vid with Tortike's Wargame clip? Yeah, it's called Why Wargame is Better Than Warno. And it's got a lot of views. So, coffin launcher out, woohoo! And it got a kill there, I think. Okay, I guess not. But it's the thought that counts. And the Pion needs some resupply, needs some supply next to that. So, Buffy Gum making big progress in mid, pushing Skull out here. He's made it up to this side, and then here, you know, he is making progress. He knows the CV's in here because this line is telling him, and also he is pushed all the way up to here, so it has to be there. The Meridias are quite expensive. They do have max range, but the pen is quite bad. I don't know, I think in general mediums are a little bit too expensive, apart from the T-72s, which are a little bit too cheap. I'd be in favour of making the Meridias a little bit cheaper. I'd certainly be making the M60s a little bit cheaper, but it's still sort of up in the air how big the changes are going to be in the future, especially given what's happened. So, you know, I doubt that there will be any big sweeping changes. I highly doubt people will be able to say, look, we need to change this whole class of units cost. I think it will be more with how can we keep new units in line with existing units. That's just my take. I don't know if that's going to be the case. Some big things probably will be changing. Would I be happy if naval combat made its way into the game? No, I think that's a massive waste of human resources. Nice, lol. So we're going to speed this up a bit. Some speeding up here, and put this on a cheeky ×3 for you, and yeah, I'm gonna go make a hot chocolate, some honey in it for my throat. 7's probably a reasonable number, let's just leave that as that. What makes a Meridia different? It's got more range than the other T-55s, but it's more expensive, and it's got smoke, like a lot of them. The East Germans get something really, really similar. It's just a T-55 AM2 or something, or AM1. It's literally the same as one of the East German ones. It's just a stack clone. Alright, so it still hasn't ended. It is pretty close. Where am I? There I am. So yeah, they are in game on game one of the finals, so I do need to get this sorted. Get in there. And yeah, Buffy, you know, he's doing a pretty good job of trying to push this out, but nothing's really happening here. And he's just getting hit by 10 trillion grads, it seems, and that has basically killed most of his push here. 6 minutes left. He does need to kill this pretty soon if he wants to win. He gets grads of his own, an RM70 in this case. Models for smoke, good to see. And yeah, not much going on here. I guess I could get rid of the bird 7 minutes. Oops, got the wrong one. I think Red's going to win this simply on time, because this just isn't dying. And blue can't push him out. Nothing's really happening here. Looks like red's gonna take it. Looks like red's gonna take it. So there you go, red won just on time there, because he got the points at the start. So now we go into finals game 1. Integer is in-game. It is Yukipo's game. They are fighting, so we can skip the deployment. That's what I was trying to do, because I knew that they were in lobby for a little bit. And finals game 1 is on Cripple. We love this map. We love this map. So, where's the text? Grand Finals Game 1. So, get to the end of the deployment, and then I'll go grab my hot chocolate. There we go. Whoopsie daisy. Should have paused it before I reduced the speed though. Right. Start this. Hello and welcome to the grand finals of the NORTHAG only tournament. What was it again? Non-refundable NORTHAG tournament. It has a prize pool. It's about $170 or something. This is game 1 of the grand finals. Each player can only play each NORTHAG division once in the whole series. So each of them right now only have so RO32, RO16, RO8, RO4. So each of them have 6 divisions to choose from at the moment. By game 3, if it goes to game 3, and the enemy gets a ban as well. If it goes to game 3, they'll have even fewer. I really do like Yukipo's attack here. Integer did buy a plane for this, but it looks like Yukipo's going to get in. So they are limited in their divisions, and it seems that both of them have been saving some pretty heavy-hitting divisions till the end. Desant Corpus is a good division, and 25th Soviet is a good division as well. So both of them have been saving some good divs. I do like the usage of the 3 times so-called AA. I would spread them out a little bit more, because the Su-27 can definitely deal with those if it chooses to do so. He's not gone for it yet. Oh, Su-27 gets routed. Oh, gets a hit. There, you see, they both got routed and stunned, low cohesion, whatever, from one missile there because they were too close together. So you got to pay attention to that. And they only have 6 HP. But yeah, the fact that red is in here is really... sorry, blue is it? What? The fact that red is in here is really bad for blue because it means that it's very difficult to push people out of towns with 25th Soviet. And Yukipo's basically got Ivan and Anna and Fedor, whereas Integer's gone for more of a ground game with heavier units, but losing Boris is not great. Even if it is only a +1, it is a problem. So that MiG-29 takes out that bad guy. He's got 1 long-range missile left, but there's nothing to use it on, so he chooses to evac. And yeah, what a crazy game. Yukipo doing the helicopter assault there, because these guys have exceptional... They have airborne forward deployment, and they come in helicopters, so you could get really far with them at the start. Belgians have something similar. So that is a very powerful part of the opener of Desant Corpus. Integer is ahead on points, but that's only because he's capped his zones, whereas Yuki hasn't capped his zones yet. If Integer could hold Fedor, he should be able to slowly starve. Well, it'll be difficult to starve out Yuki Paul because he can always bring people through Anna, and it's difficult for Integer to fight in this forest because he only gets 5 cards of infantry from what I remember. Sorry, I'm still a little bit under the weather. But yeah, Anna's not been capped yet. And, oh, Gregory's not been capped. So that explains the difference in points because, yeah. Anyway, this does not have guns on it. And the BMP2 will kill that pretty fast. But Desant Corpus does get some good planes. He's gone for the seed one first. I do wonder if Integer will notice that before he loses his Cub. The Cub does outrange it a bit. Will he notice in time? He's not noticed. He's going for the 1v1. He loses it. This is a really good seed plane, so that was not fantastic for him. But he is still on a +1. It will slowly go to a -1 once Anna gets taken, given the current stats here, because Yuki Paul will take this, which will stop the tick entirely, and then he'll take Anna, which will give him a +1. And Integer's got to try and get back in here, which is literally impossible. Especially if you don't own this part. If you own this part, you can sort of get set up over here, but he doesn't. MiG-29 flies over the enemy zone. But the thing is that Integer could keep going deeper this way. If he gets some Cubs up to here, he can keep going this way, and things are going to start getting very silly. Lots of MiG-29s flying around here. Both of these divs can easily get 3 cards of fighters. I believe they can both get 4 if they really want, but they could easily bring 3. And for 25th Soviet, it's 2 cards of MiG-29, 2 cards of Su-27. And for Donkey Kong, it's 3 cards of MiG-29 and 1 card of MiG-23s, I think. Or MiG-25s or whatever. So, what happens next? Yuki's going to be on the +1. Integer. Oh, and then he's going to be on a +2 because of Ivan. It's not looking good for Integer. I think the late game is his, but for now he's really struggling. And this big hill here makes life very difficult for him. He's basically got to get these BMP2s up here if he wants to shoot the town, but then you risk getting shot in the side by sneaky units or infantry, such as the SPG-9. So the alternative is you come up the hill and you immediately get smacked in the face by a bunch of rockets. So it is very difficult to deal with. Why is this on mediocre cohesion? Must have been hit by a stray missile or something on its way past. Or it was from over here, but I find that hard to believe. MiG-29s, they keep flying over this. They just shouldn't be doing that. But he is getting some good value out of this. The thing is, in 1 second, Yuki Paul is going to be able to afford a fighter if he chooses to purchase it. Integer's gone for the evac, but he's brought another one out. So yeah, big fighter game here. So they can hit that front building, apparently. The LOS tool tells me it can't, but apparently apparently that doesn't matter. The Su-27S does beat the MiG-29. It is more expensive. A lot of it is RNG though. That time he had the sort of correct outcome. Does get hit by Streller on his way out. So that's going to be repaired for like a good solid 6-7 minutes, something like that. More MiGs, both players really favouring the helicopters here. This is honestly a really good game. Oh, he loses it there. That last missile just caught it. And Integer's going for Chariton. And there's nothing there. If I was him, I would be sending an empty vehicle first, but there isn't actually an empty vehicle to send first. I'm surprised he wants to unload it there. I guess he assumes there's somebody in here, but there actually isn't anybody anywhere back here. And in the meantime, he is fighting a... So, I don't know what happened to that SPG-9. It's been moved back there, I guess. Or there were 2. Or it was just killed. He smoked? He's got it on defensive, so it auto-smoked when that shot it. Okay. That's why you don't put your units on defensive. So yeah, as he moves up over here, he should be able to shoot. But it's difficult. He can't see. This is the main issue. He can't see. However, he has... Like, these guys are going to have a serious problem there. they will just get shot as by auto. Well, actually, they'll be out of autocannon range. So he's got to get some recon up here, recon helo, something. This Strela has done a lot of work. I don't know if it was like resupplied or something. This will two-shot that, so it will survive. And I could hear Zaup sounds. Zaup stands for soap. You know, of Modern Warfare 2, where Captain Price goes, Zaup, melee that hind. Zaup, take out that tank. It's basically that. So Captain Zaup McTavish is in this MI6A, which is a very funky helicopter. It's got wings. I've not seen one of those before. I've never zoomed in on this. So yeah, it's got wings. Very exciting. And Integer's just taking everything back here, which is pretty funny. Although Yukipor's managed to get back here. That actually got shot down by the BRM2. So that's bad news. Bad news for Int. He's just spamming BMP2. I suppose that is the div. BMP2 and T64. I'm surprised he didn't buy any of the cheaper T64s, to be honest, because they would pay for themselves here. As it stands, he lost that helicopter because it was low HP, and now he's lost that supply. He will get this zone back because this is driven out of there to go over here. In the meantime, Integer is ticking up, but, you know, he will lose this position. He can't hold on to it. The question is, will Yukipor get this back before Integer gets this back? You know, wholesale, as in kill all these people and hit reset. I really need to stop doing that. Just kicked my... Basically, there are some, like, struts on the back of my table that go like that. And one of them's a bit loose, so I pushed it and it just snapped off. So this guy is trying to leave. I can't really see it happening, to tell you the truth. I think he's just very dead. He is on defensive, which is why he keeps running away a little bit. And now he is very dead. And he's took the CV. Oh no! What? Yep, that is not great. 14 pen will not one-shot the side armor. But it's stunned. That's the main thing. It's stunned. And so it always gets hit twice or gets shot twice. So that was bad news. He probably should have left that there, to tell you the truth. He's making a few mistakes now. And it looks like Integer, you know, he's just too stacked up here. He needs to clear this out. But losing this position because of the hill. The hill is what's making it. If this was flat, he could have just killed everything. Because of the hill, he can't see anything. And he doesn't get good infantry. So he's really struggling here. And Yuki's going to be on a +4 in no time. Because he'll neutralise this. +5, 6, 7, 8. He'll be on a +8. Is that right? 5, 6, 7. So it'll be a +7. So not looking great for Integer. Not looking great at all. And it just came down to this. At the start, this is a very difficult position to clear people out of once you get in there. Having said that, he's now got so many of these BMP2s here that he could literally just attack move into here. And these, you know, he would win. So he does need to hurry up a little bit. The game, he still has power in this game, right? It's not over. If he takes this with his Mega Blob, he can take this with his Mega Blob. The thing is, the longer it takes, the more Yukipor resupplies. Having said that, Yukipor hasn't put this to there yet. He's just not really noticed. There is a Strela 10M here. You see how this thing target switches? When somebody gets to low cohesion, it switches to the next target. Basically uses Steel Division 2 targeting, and they never updated it. It's really annoying. So it never finished off the... Like, look, lots of sub 1 HP, like literally half a HP on those guys. And they did survive still. So the oh, now you're routed. Now it's my turn. Yeah. Yeah, it does happen. But yeah, Yukipor he's finally sorted that out. I think he's gonna win simply because Integer's units, man, they're just too slow, too spread out, not enough recon. All Yukipor has to do is put 10 trillion ATGMs in every bush. Which this division excels at, especially if you build it like this. He's brought at least 2 cards of ATGMs, and he's brought the UAZ SPG-9s. And yeah, it's just really hard for him to use his fire support. If it was like a normal game fighting over Fedor, he'd have the advantage, but it wasn't a normal game. He got outplayed at the start, basically. Now he's got all these SPG-9s in his backline and stuff like that. It's not looking great, mate. So this will go back to being a +6, I guess, because that'll be +5, then this will be +6. So he needs to take Dmitry and Fedor, really. Fedor's the big one. Fedor's where he's strongest, but he still hasn't taken this. He's just getting beaten up by superior Polish infantry. Another sub 1 HP BMP2. That makes an interesting sound. S8 COM. So what's different? What makes it better than a regular S8? I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never know. But yeah, proper cool game. And yeah, this is going to be a problem. I think if it shoots the T-64, the T-64 is going to win. But yeah, you see these are starting to do things now, and that is very annoying because you probably can't see them. That was a rear shot, that's why it one-shot it. It's only got one armor on the back. Because otherwise you see it would do that much damage. Wow, they both missed that volley. That is quite surprising, actually. It's quite surprising. Anyway, it looks like this is coming into here. BMP2 sees it. Will it kill it? It did. Okay. So that means that Int could get this one back. I don't like the Gov at all because of the range problem. That Strzelka hitting it on the first shot with its 40% accuracy is pretty naff. It's going to shoot again. Missed on its second, which you'd expect. And it really should be landing there. So, UAZ SPG-9. The thing is, everything coming down here is a highly armoured vehicle, so it's not actually that useful. But yeah, that just no reaction there. That's why that died. You can't resupply the Gov. Yeah, exactly. It's got 10 trillion supply costs because of the ammo thing, which is weird. Planes beep when critted. I didn't know that. So Su-27s are back out for integer. They must have repaired. There's a lot of fighters being put. Oh no! Gets shot in the side. Immediately stunned. Yeah, it's dead. So now he just immediately buys another one. But yeah, I don't think he's got enough time here. This will put it on a +4, but this will put it back on a +6. Obviously you can send this one back, but yeah, like what? It's very difficult to clear out this infantry. If he was fighting over the open, he'd be having a whale of a time, but he's not. He's fighting in his 2 towns, and that does make things harder. Blimey, so he must have 4 of these 2 cards. So we've seen 1 die. And he's trying to fast path for mid because that's what matters. But yeah, Yuki Pa's like, I need to make a fallback line, basically. Figure this out. The Schmel is providing vision on this. Shame you can't even select this. Wow, actually died. I'm not sure what integer does, really. I feel like he just can't solve this problem fast enough. So he can't even see this to shoot it. It's probably going for the CV. No, it's going for the BMP2, so he'll actually lose that tracking. Oh, it was actually going for the CV. Interesting. So he will take those out. And he's got, basically, yeah, he's got these up to stop that AT plane. Oh, man, but because he put them so close together, they routed from their own missiles. They hit the AT plane, and they routed from their own missiles. So now he's only got 1 here, and he's used his smoke, which is bad news, basically. But, yeah, he's going to go for that kind of strat, which can work. He could also use the Su-27 to dive bomb. But in the meantime, this is going to go up to a +5, because this will come in and keep that at +5. And it's just not looking great. It's just not looking great, mate. He needs some, like, smoke mortars, but, like, how could he afford that? So here we go, Su-20... Oh, I figured it would come in, and, yeah, this is a pretty desperate play. The suppression values on ATGMs mean that you get shot twice by any ATGM. Doesn't matter how high your armor is. Like, 1 shot will stun you. 2 will low cohesion you and potentially rout you. It is very, very frustrating. So yeah, he's being pushed out there by 270 versus what is that, 110, 120 even. That's 55. That's 60, 115. Yeah, I think he should just GG and go next. It is a best of 3, so he would have a chance. He would have a chance in the next game. But yeah, it's just impossible here. I mean, what he had to do and what he tried to do is cut the reinforcements. So he got BMP2s to here, and he almost got stuff to here, but not quite. And if he had, then he could starve it out. But yeah, he either surrenders or runs out of time there. Yeah, he surrendered. So pretty rough. Like, he got more kills, but it just came down to that deployment from Yukipo. Yukipo's a really, really good player. He's got lots and lots and lots of games. He plays a lot. Integer's a good player as well. He's also got lots of games. So yeah, GG. So that is 1 up for sorry, Yukipo 1, 0 Integer. And yeah, that just came down to the deployment. If Integer had bought 1 more ASF at the start, none of those 3 guys would have landed in that zone, and then he would have been fine. But he didn't, and so even though he got loads of air kills and stuff, he just couldn't push him out that zone. So that's pretty rough gameplay there. And yeah, these so-calls did a lot of work at the start. I look at that. It was all in the first 2 minutes as well. It's a lot of losses. So yeah, Gurom moment, Polska Gurom moment. And they are not in game 2 yet. So I wanted to check a couple things. We can't watch the replay easily unless they upload it. Apparently I forgot to specify that in game 2 you reverse yeah, I forgot to specify that in game 2 you switch players 1 and 2, so it's not always the same. That's my bad. So while we're waiting, might as well tell you about the next tournament, which will not be organised by me, but I will be a participant. And it is another one-day tournament. It is the Deck Drafter Tournament. So basically, it's a very similar kind of mindset. So it's basically at the same time this one was, except on Saturday, February 1st. So that is in 4 weeks. It's in 4 weeks. And it's got a slightly different map pool. But the funny thing is that prior to the tournament, all players go to the deck drafter and draft 3 decks. You do not get rerolls or retries. So this is the reason. So I don't think there's a prize pool for this one. And the reason is that people can cheese this pretty easily by just lying. Here we go. Do not ruin a fun and goofy tournament by modifying your deck afterwards. Exactly. It's not a competitive tournament. It's more of a funny tournament. But the way this deck drafter works is absolutely hilarious. So if you want to sign up, just join the Warriors Discord, and then go to and then ask about joining the tournament. Basically, you just go to Deck Drafter Chatter, and you just do that one. So, yeah. So Deck Drafter, and basically it gives you a choice of. This isn't my submission for the tournament, right? I've not made my 3 yet. I'm going to make them as a separate video and upload them to advertise the tournament. But for example, you would say from these 3 divs, what do I want to play? Yes, I want to play 9th Panzer. And then it will give you 3 units. And you're like, okay, so I don't want an up-vetted Motschutz Führer at 1 availability. I'll take this one. And then it will give you 3 more units. And it will keep going until... It's a shame they're not all on the same... So just left, 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 left. And there you go, there's your deck. So obviously you can choose, right? But there's my deck. And as you can see, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 CVs and a fob. Then we've not got 11 CVs. So yeah, obviously you would want to choose from those 3 options, right? So that's the next tournament. Pretty funny tournament. And yeah, for the finals, once you've won with a div, you can't replay it. You get 3, and for the best of 3 finals, you might end up in the last game with your weakest deck. So I'm looking forward to it. I will be streaming it and covering it. It's organised not by me this time. It's organised by I'm a Whale. Ooh. So if you want to sign up, that's how you sign up. Just get yourself in the War Yes Discord, and it's going to be a very funny one. I've not drafted my decks yet. I would do that as a video, basically. The thing is, do they actually ask for the submissions before the game? I think they do. I think they do ask for the submissions before the game. Because I would have done it like right before the game. You know, like, so I would start the stream. And then I would say, ta-da. But I don't know. I'll ask them. Because I don't actually know if you have to submit them straight away. Because I could just do it beforehand. But is the idea that people know what's in your deck? Is that part of it? Is that part of it? Yeah, very exciting. So that's the next tournament. This tournament hasn't finished yet, though. We're just waiting for Game 2 to start. They are still in menu. They're taking a little bit of a break, I guess. So yeah, let's join a 10v10 for 5 minutes and then leave. No, that's probably not a good idea.
I like money.
Chifu subscribed to the channel.
Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I do appreciate it. Yeah, so just waiting for them to get in for the next game. I'm not sure what to do in the meantime. I guess we could play a mini clip game while we wait. And we'll just put this text back up. Wait, whoops, oh man, what the hell did I just press? Waiting for game 2. And then yeah, we'll just get the old mini clip up. Oh wow, they've changed mini clip. It looks really stupid now. What the heck? This is mini clip now. Look at this. Now it's like, what is this? So now they just make mobile games. And you can talk to the COO of Miniclip. Like, and they've got an esports team. What the hell's going on? It used to literally just be a website where you could play Flash games. And now there's only 2 games. They must have sold it to somebody else. This literally was nothing like this. So to play Heli Attack 2, we actually have to go on a separate website. Oh, sorry guys. That is a Heli Attack 2 moment. So this is Heli Attack 2, the best game in the universe, apart from Hesse Hero. Oh yeah, why don't I just show you the game I'm making? Why not? Why not just show you the game I'm making? So I'm making a video game. Basically, once I finish the PhD, I'm taking some time off to make the video game. This is all possible thanks to you guys. The money you give me through viewership, joining as a channel member, etc. Whatever that was. Thank you, Ryder, for gifting 5 memberships. So there you go. That he's helping pay for this game. He's helping pay for this game.
Just gifted 0 memberships.
I'm sorry it says 0. I really am. Don't have to fix it. There you go. You gifted 5 memberships. Yes, I do appreciate that a lot.
Ryder Lock gifted Phobby S a membership.
So yeah, thank you for gifting all these guys memberships. And yeah, Hurts Hero is the game I'm making.
Ryder Lock gifted Quicksilver _ Gaming a membership.
I also don't know how to speed that up, but it's fine.
Ryder Lock gifted Sermo a membership.
So it's a real conversation killer, isn't it? Because it's like so intermittent. But no, I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Rider
Because
Lock gifted Top Wrecker membership.
basically, my dream is to make this game.
Rider Lock gifted Thork 4570 a membership.
Right. So, are they in game yet? They are not in game. So this is Hesse Hero. And yeah, so basically the reason it's got all the... So essentially you play as a car. You play as a hearse. You're the hearse hero. You play as Heinrich, the hearse driver. And when I press run game, it crashes. Might have something to do with Warno being open and the stream running and streaming to Twitch as well. Might have something to do with the lack of performance of this game, but it will launch. It did last time. So, where are we? Right, so this is Hearse Hero. You play as the hearse, and you drive around this village, which I'm currently importing all the assets, which is why it looks so weird, because I import a building and then I test it, right? And you can knock everything over, which is a big part of it. So you can knock over everything, and you can knock over the signs. You can't knock over the whole petrol station, right? You can knock over all the trees and stuff. And basically, you know, there's lots of pizza on the ground. You can knock over the pizza. And there should be, like, NPCs walking around, but I just disabled them while I was testing stuff. Depending on when these guys finally start their game, I might be able to show you that. So, yeah, you can knock over all the chairs. You do occasionally get stuck on little things, but obviously it is a hearse, so it doesn't have the best movement characteristics. And then if you run somebody over, you, like, basically take their hearse, and then you would drive it to a graveyard, which I haven't really put in the game, and then you would deposit the hearse here, right? And if you run people over, police cars spawn and try and knock you off the road. So I ran that person over, and then yeah, the police car spawns. There's and the police car will just constantly run into me. In the real game, it won't be able to just fall off the edge of the map. There won't just be massive holes in the map. Another thing you can do is so I can add like paths of cars. So we can have cars on the roads. So I need to find out, yeah, so I can put, I don't know, let's say 3 cars. So this isn't a very well-made path, like it should really be following the road here. Oh, is this one following the road? It is. But it doesn't have the smooth edges, but you can say like 10 cars. And then, put this on 0. So I programmed this myself in GD script. The assets were purchased. Have they started the game yet? No, he's still in the menu. Taking a break, I guess. Taking a breather. Honka DLC, yeah. And yeah, so it should be randomizing the cars so they're not all the same. So I do wonder what I did wrong there, because usually it does. So let me just fix that bug real quick. Yeah, here we go. Just waiting for them to start the game. And
Hello? I like money.
Osabonapol super shattered $2.10.
Thank you for...
Are you inspired by GTA?
I suppose I'm inspired by Crazy Taxi. Crazy Taxi is the game that inspired this. But yeah, thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. And so yeah, so now you see that the cars are randomized. There are 130 variants. The FPS is a bit lower than it would be because I'm simultaneously streaming and so on. But I did make some big gains in performance, and they should be curved here. I just haven't, so they shouldn't just be turning like that. But the idea is that they will collide with you and they will win. So basically, you're trying to run over all the targets. Basically, the story is that you're a hearse driver, business isn't good, and so you have to speed up business by running people over. It's basically Crazy Taxi, except with a very small twist, and there will be cars on the road that will push you off the road, right? So it's a little bit like Frogger in that regard. And there'll also be like pedestrians. You can knock over all the scenery and stuff. There's lots of houses and things like that. And if we go back to... So yeah, the only thing that's gonna be really complicated is a lot of people have asked for a level editor because, as you can see, I can make my own levels, right? And a lot of people have asked for a level editor and then Steam Workshop support, and that is really complicated. That is really, really complicated. That is like easily the most complicated part of the game. Oh, they're in lobby. They're in lobby. They've not started the game yet because I can still join. So once I finish the PhD, God willing, I will try and get the map editor to work, and if it doesn't, then it will release without a map editor. And yeah, you can also have like people walking around, so you can like designate paths for people to walk around. 3,000's a bit many. Let's try 5. Although it's kind of weird that none of them were spawning before, because as I'm testing things, right, this isn't like a full showcase. I haven't been preparing. I obviously would have made a nicer level to show off. It wouldn't just be a bunch of placeholder stuff because of me testing. Like, so recently I added the grass, and that's why the grass is here, and that's why you spawn next to the grass, because I added the grass and I was trying to test how it looked. Anyway, so you get people walking around, and if they bump into the props, they do die. So I think that's why I'm never seeing them, because they're all bumping into the props and dying. So what we can do is just move this to here. And, you know, you can make the paths not jaggedy so that they don't do, like, 90-degree turns and stuff. But yeah, let's try 50. It's a bit high, actually. And, yeah, don't forget that deck draft tournament. Have they started the game yet? They have, but they will currently be deploying, so we've got another, like, 2-3 minutes. Single-use smoke launcher upgrade. Yeah. Is it 4K compatible? It is. It is. You can have any resolution. Although if you make it too small, it starts spazzing out a bit, right? But yeah, it is 4K compatible. So there's lots of different types of people as well, and you can run them over too. And then they all start running away. Oh, I see why that's happening. So basically there's a navigation mesh, but as I add new regions, do you see this part's in blue? That means they can run on that part. So what I need to do is repress bake, and then it will take ages to bake because I'm simultaneously streaming and I've got Warno open, and you know, and I'm trying to show you this, and it's a fairly resource intensive task. So maybe I shouldn't have pressed bake, but basically they will just run away from the car as opposed to spazzing out, which is what they did there. How much did we spend on assets? I did write this down somewhere. I think I did a dev diary on it. It was like it was less than £100 on assets, because they were all on. Some of them were on sale. Some of them were on sale in the Humble Bundle store. So now I'm trying to run it again. Show you that. Oh yeah, possibly being on it. So basically the PhD is funded until February 14th. So it's not a possibly. As of February 14th, I will not be receiving any income apart from the money I make from this channel. So yeah, you can run them over, and they will run away from the car, right? They do spaz out a little bit, but that's to do with like performance savings. So they do spaz out a little bit, but you know, it's for the performance. You do still get stuck on like trees and hills and stuff, which is kind of annoying. I do need to fix that, just simply by making the map flatter. Because it's a hearse, man. It's never going to control very well with the physics. So yeah, as of February 14th, this will be my sole source of income.
I like money.
Lil Goat became a member.
I do appreciate that, thank you. So it's not a maybe, it's just that's when it's going to happen. So you know, it's sort of my fault in a way, right? Because I won't have finished the PhD. I'll still be running it. So they're in game, but I don't see them here. Here we go, in deployment still. So I will be still writing the PhD, the thesis, and they want me to pay for it. So here we go. This is what I was expected to see. So they've gone for like really off-meta decks now. Although Embad is Integer's favorite, it is bad. I think the Belgian one's better actually. But Integer's been practicing a lot with Embad. And it's because all the good ones have been used up. They've used up all the good ones. So now they're forced to play the less good ones. I think the Belgian one is really good. I think the Belgian one has the capacity to be really good if some of its things get a little bit cheaper and it gets a second card of Minstrels. But basically it gets bullied a lot from its one card of Minstrels. And if Integer knows that, then he will air spam. He will air spam anyway. So it will be interesting. But yeah, back to the PhD. So I'm going to have to pay them £275 a month to stay on their books. This is absolutely bizarre. I think I'll need only an extra month and a half, maybe, to finish the thesis. And then, basically, I'm not looking for a job. I am burnt out in a way that I've never been this tired in my entire life. Apart from when I was on Hajj, which was like, 6 months ago, so I consider that to be part of this. And I just can't be arsed with anything. So I've got some savings, and they will stretch quite a lot further because of this channel. This channel is not enough to live off. I was going to do an update video where I talk about how much I make and stuff. So here we go, it's the same thing. I did speak about this in one of the previous games. Airborne forward deployed, recon. So unless he opens loads of fighters... Oh wait, what? Oh, I thought this was the Belgian one. It's not. It is the Belgian helicopter. It is the Belgians, but it's on Embad. And they've only got recon deployed, whereas the Belgian ones have airborne deployed. Anyway, so I'm going to be taking some time off to finish that game. And if you're a channel member and you fill out the surveys before the members-only videos, you'll get early access. I think if I could get the map editor to work, it might not work, right? So I don't want to promise that feature because it might not work, right? But if I could get the map editor to work, then it would be, you know, it'd probably sell a bit, probably not enough, but it would be enough to make the second game. That's the plan. I'll probably fail. I can't really see it working. I keep being told that indie game dev is awful, which is why I never went into it in the first place. And then once I fail, once the money runs out, once the pressure gets too great, then I'll just go get a job. I mean, I will, unless I fail, have 3 degrees in chemical engineering. so it really shouldn't be a problem getting a job. The last time I had 2 degrees in chemical engineering, and it was a problem because they locked down the whole country. So maybe I don't know, maybe World War III will happen. At which point, whatever, man. At least I made the game. I really want to make the games. I want to make the games. I find it fun. I find doing this fun. If I've got a 9-to-5 job, this is not happening anymore, basically, because the expectation will then be for me to, like, you know, do other stuff as well, and there probably won't be time to run the YouTube channel so effectively. But yeah, we'll see. You've got me until at least September 2025. Because I said I'd give myself 6 months after I submit the thesis to see if it works. So it'll be about September 2025. And then we'll go from there. You know, it might just fail. I might think this is really boring. I wish I had a job. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, British to USA education mode. Now I have to pay, yeah, to do it. I'm looking forward to it. I try not to talk about the PhD too much in too much detail because I've literally got nothing positive to say about it. Why don't you join a bank? I can't because of my religion. I was offered a job in finance. Thank you. I was offered a job in finance. What is Yuki's deck? It is the Belgian, 16th Belgian. But I turned it down because and I did this instead, the PhD. And it's because my religion forbids usury. So you can't go into banking. I know people who have, and you know that's between them and God. But My religion expressly forbids usury, as in fact does Christianity. But anyway, at least the Bible does. Anyway, let's start again. So, hello and welcome to the grand finals of... oh, whoops, it still says game 1 there. Could get rid of that. Hello and welcome to the grand finals of the NORTHAG non-refundable NORTHAG tournament. We're in game 2 here, and we've got Integer playing Mbad, and he's going up against Yuki-Por playing 16th Belgian. We do see a big push from Yuki-Por here. He did lose a Humvee there. Was it only one? Yes, it was only one. And this thing is really bad. It is forward deployed. It probably shouldn't be. But look, it's really not very good. Especially if you've only got 5% accuracy. So he probably should have stopped that. But he does get that. It makes a nice sound. Anyway, these guys are not in the building, but they are now. And they are shock, whereas these aren't. So you'd expect these to win. Also, the mini-me's being an LSW do fire on the building. And this is looking much more convincing for Integer right now. Looking much more convincing for Integer right now. So one wonders what he will fire the LGBT at. It will be some eclairs. Fusiliers running towards it, but weren't there in time to join the party. And here come 10 trillion reservists. And now it's looking a little bit less good for Integer. Because he spent all his money on Buccaneers. And his enemy spent them on actual ground units. Which seem to be paying for themselves a bit more than the Buccaneers. So Yuki-Por has taken this zone, simple as. These LSV Milans have special forces, so they go at 120 kilometers an hour, and they start with the airborne forward deployment. So Integer put all his guys in here, and there was no congestion there, so now he's trying to move up to here. This one's going a bit far, but I understand the idea. Paragun Group are a bit too expensive for what they are. They're only 6 men, so they're like Pulmachiki. I mean, they should really be 5 points cheaper, in my own humble opinion. And now he spent his second tick on plane as well. These are a lot cheaper, and it will clean up at least one of those Paragun groups. The ATMP LMLs are behind a building, so they will struggle there. The Buccaneer only dropped one and then evac'd. I guess he was worried about AA. Although that does make it reload in 60 seconds instead of 120. And oh no! Okay, I thought he was going to get blown up there. Yuki-Por has very convincingly taken this, and he will probably take Charlie because there's just nobody there. I think Integer bought... He shouldn't have bought that second plane, really. He got 1 unit for it. Doesn't really matter. And now he's just going to get swarmed by too many reservists. I do think the Belgian div is better than Mbad. I've been playing a lot of the Belgian div. So... he does have this here, but they're not coming this way. And certainly on this map, Mbad's just going to run out of stuff pretty quick. This is some odd micro here, but keep in mind both players have been playing now for like almost 6 hours. So it was 4.5 plus 1.5 is 6. So yeah, they've been playing for 6 hours, which does make it hard to do stuff. You see these planes are... basically this one's better, so it lost. Welcome to Warno. This one's better, so it lost. This one has more range, but only 4 damage. This one has 5. Costs a lot more. What happened to that CV? It was right here. What happened to it? I see a smouldering wreck here. I think he just sent it out here and the Milan 1 killed it. That is weird. I guess he was going for here, but that was a bit too greedy. He should have worked his way over to here. Bit too greedy there from Integer. He does have smoke on these guys. But he hasn't been reinforcing because he just bought way too many planes. So this is high-level Mbad, sure, but Mbad is bad. It doesn't matter who's playing it. Why aren't I a Christian? So he sees the CV, but he lost vision there. And the targeting sort of messed up. There are minstrels there, and there are now... more rockets. I wonder if he'll actually pop the smoke on this, or if he'll just die to rocket things. Looks like he's going for plan B, die to rocket things. And he does get pushed out there. This thing does have missiles on it. It's just, yeah, these LMLs are just not good. I mean, the range just isn't there. He does get the dark fire, and it looks like he's going for here, which he might get. It's just kind of weird that he So he had 3 here. 1 died to a rocket plane, and then they're not... Like, this should be in here. This should be trying to come over here. Do you know what I mean? It's some weird behaviour. The cluster got 2 leopards, and it'll probably get out. I mean, this thing is garbage, and this guy won't have time to fire twice. Was that Milan 1 that died there? Okay, so this got 1 of the leopards, and the cluster got the other one. That must have been it. F4F for 200 points. Makes sense on 5th Panzer, doesn't make sense on embed. And yeah, I think Integer's best bet here is taking this as fast as humanly possible, but he's not doing it. He just keeps buying planes and trying to get kills. It doesn't make sense. Although this is the one from before, right? So you see that swing there, and now he knows where the minstrel is. Will he go for the minstrel? He should do. I mean, that's shot at him a lot of times now. He should really know. Gurkha rifles, in my opinion, too expensive as well. They should be about 90. 100 points for 12 men, even if they have Resolute, doesn't... I mean, it's just too expensive. And yeah, his planes, they're killing 1 unit each time, but these Belgian units aren't expensive. I think it's the wrong attitude here. Carl Gustav kills Leopard 1A5, and yeah, Integer, man, he's got to move up. Obviously, this is a problem, but he could use the LGBT on that. There's no AA on this order. There is about to be some AA on that side. So, Eclair's Paracommando will probably beat reservists, but they won't beat Belgian rocket plane, which is on its way here. Sorry, I didn't do a poll. Let's do a fast poll. Who wins game 2? Hopefully Integer wins, because then we get a game 3. But I think he's missed a trick here by not trying to take Alpha, and now he can't because the minstrels are here. He can't really use his air there. Here you go. Here's the rocket planes right on time, as was discussed. I'll leave that poll open for like another minute. I don't want to, you know. Right. So now he must know where that is. It's fired 4 times now, and now he can use this on it. He's got a round. What's he waiting for? Or he could use this to scout these and then use that to kill one of them. The rocket planes should really not have come round for another pass there. This will probably die to that minstrel. Oh, the minstrel misses. Okay. Used up all his RNG. And the Buccaneer, he's still here. F-16, though, will kill it. Oh, no, this is bad news for Integer. This guy's so dead. Yeah, he's dead. Whoa, he got routed, but it wasn't fast enough. Yeah, that was just... I mean, you can talk about RNG, like the LMLs, if they'd hit the first time, he might have routed a bit faster, but that was just bad gameplay, just having this circling around here. It just wasn't the best thing ever, so that'll put Yuki Por on a +1, and I really do think Integer wasted his sort of chances here by buying all those planes. He's bought another one. Yeah, like, not going for this, because there's really only 2 units here. And he could have taken... Like, this guy can kill that guy. He'd have trouble against this, but he had a CV here, which he sort of drove down here and lost. And if he kept it here, he could have just walked it in, killed this, and taken that. So, big oof. And you can tell the fatigue is getting to the players here. So, this is getting blown up by 50 cal, and it literally dies, because 50 cals are a lot better than people think they are, and it is only a 4 HP less than 1 armor vehicle. It's literally a truck. It's like an open top buggy. 50 cal would just kill this guy straight away, which is what happened there. And yeah, I feel like he's just sort of like having fun rather than trying to win. I really do get that impression. So this is probably dead now, and this thing is terrible. I don't understand why anybody brings it. As you can see, the bombs landed either side of this and didn't kill it. It is really bad. But yeah, if this guy could shoot, he could kill that if he just walks forwards a little bit. I don't know if Yuki can actually see this. He can't. He does see the LML. Seems he's got some artillery. M109's purchased, yet the Belgian ones. Brought it at base vet, so only 1 card. LGBT's back out for Integer. And one wonders why he didn't go for this minstrel before. 4th poll's been... might have been played. It might have been played as well. Oh no, hang on, you know the picks and bans. But yeah, Integer's sort of personal favourite is Mbad. This Buccaneer Seed is absolutely trash. As you can see, it's my alarm telling me to go to bed. I wake up at 6, so I get off the computer at 8. Except what actually ends up happening is I don't get off the computer. Because after this, I got to set up some videos to render anyway. Energy drink sponsor for next tourney? Yeah. So now that these Gepards are up, yeah, I don't know. I think this air spam just hasn't worked out for Integer at all. I think he made a crucial... Like, he had the initiative. He was winning. If he'd bought just ground stuff, he would have taken this. But now there's just so much stuff here everywhere from the Belgians. And it's like, well, what's the point of this? He's going for India, I guess. It'll take time to pay off, though. And in the meantime, if he just bought, instead of buying all those planes, if he just bought a bunch of ground units, he would have been in here ages ago. So it's a big shame. It's a big shame he went for the air spam. So that Paragun group's probably bit it. Snipers on him. Oh no, it's going for the other one. And yeah, he definitely could have taken this at any time. Even one of those planes to take out the 50 cal, he could have had it. But he I don't know, he wanted this for some reason. I'm really not sure why. Because if you take Alpha, it's just so easy to hold on to it. You put 80 gems in this entire row of trees, and the enemy just can never get back in. You put one here as well. So I don't understand it personally, but he made it a lot further in the tournament than I did. I was annihilated in the first round because I'm bad. And definitely not because I got disconnected. So yeah, I don't like these N5As at all. I think they're really bad. And we shall now see how bad they are. So the seed dies because it's bad. Oh, it actually killed the Gepard. But yeah, the seed just misses everything. They were switched off. It went in on the plane. It really needs to be 3 availability. He's now got no seed. He's now got no seed left. And I've ran out of memory. I've ran out of memory. Are you guys still there? I lost the chat. It said I ran out of memory and crashed. The chat crashed. I guess I need to buy another RAM stick. So, Paragun group's there, still trying their best. But yeah, he's been routed from here now, and it sucks, man. I mean, obviously we have perfect vision, and he doesn't have perfect vision. But it's just so sad, because he could have done it. And it was actually, like, very much possible. But he... you're still here, great. So yeah, I need to download more RAM, yep. And we'll end this poll. So, Milan 2's one-shot those Leopard 1s, but yeah, he really should have taken this. It's a big shame that he didn't, because now Yuki's on a +2, and he is building up for a counter-push here. In fact, it's happening right now. These, he's not even sold, he's just sending them in. The Gepards are there, so they will get big kills on those. And, you know, it's a big shame. Like, he should have really gone in here a long time ago. There isn't that much here. Reservists. He didn't have the recon. I didn't see any infantry recon. The Gurkha rifles, of course, are running interference. He's probably going to try and get them down to here. And, yeah, he could have attacked here a lot sooner. But we have perfect vision and he doesn't. So Scimitar's sent down here. I do like the sniper position from Yukipo. And these have to smoke now or they'll die. I think it's just fatigue. You play 6 hours of Warno in a row, you start making some mistakes, basically. So this is a pretty big bomber, and everybody misses him, and then he gets the marinas. So that's just one of those things, I guess. Sometimes everybody misses you. Although this only has 1 missile, which is a really weird loadout. And yeah, I guess he could have sent that this way instead, because now he's going to eat a lot of rounds. And he actually dies there because there are literally 3 Gepards, 4 Gepards and 2 Minstrels, so what do you expect to happen? And yeah, he needs some mortars for smoke or something. Like, he spotted here, he could send all these out and actually get them fighting. He could smoke this, otherwise he's just... Oh, he's actually got smoke on the guy, so he could smoke it, but then obviously this will start hitting him. So he needs to... So there you go, he's popped the smoke. But I just find it strange that he never pushed out with these... Oh, they're scimitars, so they can't fight this at all. The only thing that can is the AMTP Milan and the Scout Helan here, which has terrible accuracy. 40%. But the ATMP Milan has good accuracy. 55%. The thing with the helicopters is they you get your points back a lot faster with the helicopters. F4F around the side here, but if he pulls it over this F-16, he's flying over all the Gepards. Yeah, he's flying over all the Gepards here, so I'm not sure that's a good idea. So he dies because there's just 10 trillion Gepards. So, like, what? You get enough Gepards, you can solve a lot of problems. And now the scimitars are moving forwards. That Leopard 1's a real problem, though. He can't kill it. How does he kill that with what he has here? He needs the ATMP Milan and the Scout Helan on it. Yeah, it's not looking up. It's not looking up at all. This guy's still got a bunch of smoke rounds left, but he's forgotten to pop them, and now he's getting shot. If he remembers, he should be fine. He's not remembering. I'm not seeing any remembering here. I'm quite surprised Yukipor hasn't. There we go. Yeah, he's going straight for that. So, yeah, he's only on 2 HP. He smokes again, but he's got to be conscious of the arty. He knows about it because it shot him before. And it's just a question of, can this... Once this fires, that is dead. It's only 2 HP. He doesn't have any recon here for corrected shot, but... Oh, he's moved it. He's moved it. He is conscious of arty. But then here's the rocket plane, and... He's not getting any fighters. He's popped his next smoke. And there you go. So he dodged that. Needs to get in this building, really. There is... Is he in vision? Can Yuki see him? He can. He can see him. I'm not sure how. But I can hear him coming in. All he's got to do is strafe that with the F-16s or the rocket plane. There we go. He's coming around for it now. Come on. Can he get that Iltis? He does. No, he doesn't. He misses. He gets it. Will he get in the building? Ah, he died, so it's neutralized. And now he's flying over the Gepards again, but they're going on the scimitars. But the 2 minstrels might get him. No, they miss. Scimitars losing to Gepards. I mean, they are a lot cheaper. And the Gepards are pretty funny. That is pretty funny, actually. What the hell? So he needs CV. He's actually bringing it in a helicopter this time. He does have to be a bit careful of the Gepards. Watching that scimitar loose to those Gepards was pretty funny. But there were 4 of them, and now there are 1. So the scimitars did trade favourably there. And Yukipor has now overtaken Integer, which means that even if Integer were to take this zone back, he'd have to take the next one. Personally, I'd much rather be playing the Belgian div right now, not only because it's a personal favourite of mine, but also because it's better. MBAD really is MBAD. And he must have 2 cards a seed or something. Or maybe it is 3 per card or something, because he's definitely lost 3 now, I think. Anyway, he's really going to struggle against these Leopard 1s, which are almost designed to take out the enemy sort of trash spam. Leopard 1s deal with trash spam pretty well. And yeah, MBAD is bad. This was one of the reasons for the tournament, so we could go to Eugen and say these are the results. These are the bad divs. I think Polish Square enjoys a BTFO, because Polish Square did a lot better than anybody thought it would. It was like the best in the tournament, right? It's pretty funny. And yeah, so he's got the Gurkha leaders in here. Need to get in on that smoke grind set. I think if he abused smoke, he could be the most cancerous Warno player. I think right now he's not there yet. His helicopter play is pretty up there, but he just doesn't abuse the smoke, and that would really help him. So Leopard 1, oh, it misses. So he's gonna smoke and then run in. So the fact that that misses is bad news. And Yukipori's got this out. The LML has 2 rounds left, but he's gonna see all this, which is pretty bad news for him. I can understand why Int wants to. Yeah, if you smoke a zone, make sure you stand in the smoke and not outside it, you know. And honestly, Yukipor needs to move these minstrels up to here. and then he'd be killing a lot more things, because you'll notice that the enemy planes keep coming over this way, and the minstrels can only shoot them after they come around here. So there you go, integer, he stopped the tick, the spam continues. I'm getting the impression that Yukipod... Oh my gosh, he got in! And nobody saw it happening. And he didn't back it up with anything, but he is in. So I really wish he'd reinforced that a bit, but obviously there is a bit of a problem here. You do not have infinite income. And he's bought the dark fires now for those Belgian things. But yeah, imagine if he'd bought some extra Gurkhas and brought them over here using the helicopters and so on. Because yeah, this guy is not long for this world. I think a drone will spot him and then he'll just get shot from every which way. But in the meantime, this is a +2, which will help Integer get his lead back, which is very, very important. Because if Integer gets his lead back, then Yukipor has to push for the rest of the game. And Integer will just be able to sit here with 10 trillion random spam units. So pretty good game, pretty funny game. Yeah, Force UK and MBAD are bad. It's good to prove what most of us know, but there's always one. As you saw, Integer won that round, right? So he'll say something silly next. And there you go, Integer. He's got his win now. He's got his advantage now. I do think he should be trying to get that CV perhaps, but it could always just drive away. And he's like, okay, well, I'm not getting out of here. I might as well hide behind this building. He should really be popping his smoke, and then he can live for as long as possible and try and get as many points as possible, because he is still on a +2. Did those dark fires get there yet? No. Pop the smoke, please. Please pop the smoke. But what that drone in the background there has revealed is that Integer doesn't actually have any units here. So now Yukipor can just push that with a couple units and take it. He did not pop the smoke, so he doesn't keep that for as long as he could have if he'd popped 3 smoke on that. And Int really needs to stop buying bad planes. All MBAD planes are bad, so stop buying planes. And yeah, he needs to sort this out. This is looking really bad, actually. I think he's definitely going to lose Bravo, and that is a big problem. And you see how long it takes to recap this, because if he loses Bravo, then he has to push for the rest of the game, because he needs to then push Delta. So yeah, big oof on that drone. If he'd kept some of his fighters alive, he could have stopped that drone. But yeah, the drone just came through here. There was literally nothing here. And Yukipor's like, oh, I can just walk forwards. So he can actually go all the way to Papa because there's nothing there. The helicopters have to be very careful because this is basically a better Bushmaster. It's the old pre-nerf Bushmaster, so it's still got very high motion accuracy. Yeah, I'd love to see Integer win with his bad divs, but it seems eventually this kind of gameplay catches up to you. So yeah, he's going to be on Yuki's going to be on a +3 in a second. Integer, he is trying to send his stuff over there, but yeah, these will just immediately kill that. They won't even have time to land. Yeah, this is dead. Pew 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 pew, dead. And then the next one, yeah, you just can't do anything. And then he surrendered. So GG, your winners. The winner of the NORTHAG, non-refundable NORTHAG tournament, round 2. Whatever, the tournament, is Yukipor. So we'll get him in. If we can get him in for an interview. I will ask him. It is pretty late where he is. If you've got questions for Yukipor, please do ask them. And in the end, I really do think it just came down to like Ink could have played that a little bit better, but not that much. And I think eventually the Belgian spam would have overwhelmed him regardless. I do think the Belgian div is a little bit better. And then game 1 on Ripple came down to that deployment, really. Right, so we're going to be calling up Yukipor. We're going to ask him what he thinks about... That is really loud. Hey, can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Hello.
Hey, I can hear you now. How are you?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Although it's like 3 a.m. here right now.
Yeah, sorry for we had some delays in the schedule. A few people not playing ball, but congratulations, you are the winner of the non-refundable NORTHAG tournament, and you will win 82 US dollars minus Matcherino transaction fees. So yeah, how are you feeling? What are you going to spend the money on?
Probably I will spend it on another Warno DLC, the upcoming ones. Uh, like every US dollars that I make from the tournaments, every tournament, I just put it back into Warnos.
That's fair. Eugene is very happy to hear that. They're very happy to hear that the money goes out and it comes straight back in. But hey,
Like,
last time you told me you were going to spend it on the boys. What happened with that?
oh yeah, we did went out. We have plans to went out. Just after college, things just everyone just went their own ways, and we still talked, but like
Yeah, fair
we
enough. The
just
exact same
didn't
thing happened to me.
really need it, you know.
Yeah, after university, I lost contact with a lot of people. Yeah, but yeah, congrats. Eugene's very happy. So what did you first of all? What did you think about the tournament format? I mean, so basically, for those of you who have just joined, they could only play each NORTHAG division once, which means that by the end they were playing less than stellar divisions, and each opponent gets one ban. So what did you think about the format?
I think it's amazing actually. It stops people from like picking the overpowered divs over and over and over again. Because there's only so much division that you can ban, right? So like having the option to like cut out the enemies OP division picks is really good. I really like it as well. I hope that more tournaments apply this rule in the future.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm glad you like it because obviously it was like my idea, right? So I'm glad you liked it. Would you be interested in participating in the next tournament on the 1st of February at the same time?
I probably will, but it's still have to be seen, because all the work schedule and stuff.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. So for those of you who are just joining us, the next tournament will be hosted on February 1st. It's not organized by me, it's organized by I'm a Whale. And the one for that is that you get a random deck draft, a semi-random deck draft. So you have to build your own deck. So in terms of divisions, would you say that there are any divisions in this tournament which surprised you, which were better than you thought they were?
Let's see. To be honest, I underestimated the fourth, the Polish mechanized forces.
Yeah,
Uh, they are still pretty bad, but like they are not as bad as I thought.
fair enough. So we've got the stats here. The stats were provided to us by Xena, and basically, yeah, the fourth Polish div had the highest win rate.
Well, that's really surprising.
Yeah, at the time, I mean, there might be a couple updates given the finals and so on. So yeah, are there any divisions which stand out to you as being like really bad and they need some serious help?
I mean, it's obvious that fourth UK is really really needs some fixing. Uh, I mean, the main problem with fourth is I don't think the division should be made to be stronger, but to made to have a better thematic in general,
Yeah,
because the entire uh, the entire theme of the fourth UK is spamming. What is it? Chieftain, yeah. And first
yeah.
UK have that. Like, let's uh, let's nothing that makes fourth UK stands out. I just don't want to play it because it's just inherently boring.
Yeah, it's sort of like a bad first UK. So what sort of theme would you give it if you had the opportunity? Let's say Eugen were listening to you right now, hypothetically. What sort of theme would you try and give that division?
To be honest, I think they should give fourth UK some better infantry, like maybe even forward deploying. That would certainly spice things up, or even better aircraft, maybe, or even better air defense. Like the first UK division with like good radar air defense, maybe, if that's historically accurate.
Yeah, so they have the Darkfire, which is still kind of bad.
Yes, those are not really much better than the regular. What's it called? The ones that are on track.
FSB ones or tracked rapiers, I suppose.
Yes, that one. That one. I mean, it's good to have radar, but like, not really.
Yeah, fair enough. So, are there any divisions which you think are too strong in NORTHAG and you would want to nerf them?
Currently, I do think that uh, let's see, Ninth Panzer and 20 Polish mech. Was it 20 Polish? The circle one, the circle
Yeah,
division.
the tank. Yeah, the tank one. Yeah.
It's mainly down to the T-72 being way too good.
Yeah, a lot of people have pointed to that. The T-72s are a bit too cheap for what they do. They are very strong divisions.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, we've got some questions from the chat. One is, which unit do you think is most in need of balance? I suppose you just answered that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Otherwise, some other. I mean, we still haven't have like the new DLC balance patch, right? So
Yeah.
it's still to be seen what Eugen gonna take direction they're gonna take with the game. So I'm actually quite hopeful they're gonna listen more to the community.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, as you said, it's 2 a.m. there. Oh, hang on. We got one final question. It's from Von Devoni, and he says, "What is your favorite unit in all of Warno?"
Probably BMP3 because it's just too funny.
Do you think it's still worth bringing at 100 points?
Oh yeah, definitely. Mostly because it brings the meat infantry with it. You know, you just throw the infantry away and then have the BMP3 just shooting at whatever is in front of it.
Fair
And
enough.
the BMP3 is like one of those things that your opponent just can't do anything about it.
Yeah, with the long range ATGMs and the long range HE cannon, it is very difficult to deal with.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, thank you for participating in the tournament. I hope to see you at the next one, and I'll let you get some rest, given that it's 2 a.m. there. And thanks for doing the interview. Congratulations. The money will be sent to you in the following days, and then it'll be sent back to Eugen once Southag comes out, I suppose.
Oh, thank you. I do love money,
Same, yeah.
especially when it's like US dollars. When converting to Vietnam Dong, it's like 20,000 strong, 20,000 times stronger than my country currency.
Fair enough. All right, I'll see you around. Take care of yourself.
Okay. Goodbye.
So that was Yukipop. And we've got the finalized stats, which I want to show you. And this time we won't have to restart the stream because the technical problems have been solved. So I'd like to see these. So these are the stats for the whole tournament. These will be sent to Eugen. So basically, these are all the divisions, and then this is the round of 32. Well, this is round of 32. This is round 16, round of 8, semi-finals, finals, and bronze match. So basically, the most picked division in the tournament was 20th Polish Circle. So the one that everybody thinks is better than 20th Polish Square. The least picked division in the tournament was 9th East German, and the reason for that is because it was banned basically every single time. There was only one person who played it, and they lost. So strangely enough, these stats say it has a 0% win rate, when in fact it is because it was simply banned every single time. And Polish Circle was picked a lot. Yuki Paul talked a lot about this because they also have T-72s. They're basically like a bad version of this div. So they get picked a lot. They get picked a lot in this division, in this game. Descent Corpus, Donkey Kong, on Poland, the air mech, that got picked the most. And you'll see that, so we had a lot of people saying the Polish divs look weak. The Polish divs look weak. The Polish divs were the most picked divisions. Obviously, MBAD got picked 8 times and settled in with a juicy 25% win rate. So yeah, looking at the win rates, there are also weighted win rates which value the later games more than the earlier games. The idea being that in the later games are higher skill, so this should be more reflective of the truth and have less random decisions, because in the semi-finals you'd expect people to not be throwing, whereas in the round of 32 sometimes you get, you know, Yuki Paul versus guy who has played 5 games. Or in my case, I got beaten up by 4th place winner Resnos, right? When he hit that DDoS switch and got me with that. But yeah, if you look at the raw pick rates, most picked div, 20th pole, least picked, 9th DDR, but that's because of bans, right? It would be cool. I don't want to sort of upset Xena. Obviously, they've done a really good job here, but it would be really interesting to know what the combined pick and ban rate was for each div, because obviously then this would be way, way, way higher. But it's you know, we can get that data later. You don't need it right now. And then the highest win rate was 9th US, which maybe it is OP. Maybe it is OP. 83% win rate with 5 games. The second highest win rate, also with 5 games, 5 wins, sorry, is Polish Square. So Polish Square, good div apparently, good div, Polish Square. There's a couple things they need to fix on Polish Square, in my own humble opinion. And if we just go down to Polish Square, we will see. So basically, these fighters should really be 3 per card. They really should be, because they're trash. And if they were 3 per card, the div would suddenly be a lot better, actually. And then, so something like this can afford to come down in price a little bit. I mean, I get it that it's got an autocannon, but the Maryukas are not good. And, oh, so they don't get the spammy one. That's the tank one. A lot of people, like, so this does have quite low availability, but honestly, after that Urban Frontlines game, it kind of makes sense, because you can still bring 8 of them if you really need them, and they are really good. The other thing, no, I think that's right. I think the fighters is the main thing. The only other thing I noticed is that you can only bring a maximum of 3 cards of supply, so they need to add 2 cards of this, so that you can bring 4 cards of supply if you want, because the fact of the matter is, you could get a lot of Rocket RT and regular RT if you really want it, and then you can only supply it with 3 cards, so you're forced to bring a fob, which is really rough, because your opener's not great anyway. So yeah, really interesting deck. Looking back at the stats, we have... so... have a look. I don't want to do a losers interview. I don't think that would be fair on interview. Why'd you lose, bro? Some people could ask me the same question. Why did I win? So you know, some of the things here are really interesting. Like some of the divs that were played quite a lot and still lost. So something like MBAD is probably the massive outlier, right? It was played the 4th most and lost loads. So like Donkey Kong did get a 66% win rate, 4th pole won a lot, 9th US won a lot. And then in terms of the underperformers, we've got 4th Dutch, which literally nobody ever wanted to play. 4 plays, right? People just know it's weak, so they don't play it. Or they know it's really strong and they ban it, right? And then 4th UK didn't win a lot, didn't get picked a lot, picked 4% of the time. So it was picked in 3 games and it won in 1. And that one was Yuki Paul versus Resnos, so that was a bit of an overmatch. Yuki Paul plays more games than Resnos, right? So yeah, really interesting. So all that's left to do is to thank everybody who donated to the prize pool. So we thank Feder75, who has a YouTube channel. You can check it out here. I did show it off before. Basically, he's got a lot of like ASMR Warno. He's got some really, really popular videos. Like this one is 41,000 views, and it's like ASMR of T80BV shooting people. It's pretty cool. Makes a lot of videos. And the next one was me. Thank me. I'm the best. But yeah, later on, I'm gonna try organising some without a prize pool because I've now paid out a lot of money to prize pools. I guess you can't actually see this. I've now paid out 425 points to pounds to prize pools. Then Duck Chai Chan donated his winnings from the last tournament to this tournament. And French Helljumper donated his winnings from the last tournament to this tournament. And Alex Towers donated £5. So thank you to all those guys. Integer said he would donate his to the next tournament. There is a next tournament that doesn't have a prize pool. Bit of a more bit of a more chilled out one, a bit of a funnier one. So this one will be happening in a month from now, on the 1st of February, so literally 4 weeks from now. I will be in it. I'm not organising it, but I will be live streaming it and everything. It's another one-day tournament. Very similar setup to the last one. And basically you draft decks using the Warno War Yes deck drafter. So if you want to join that, get yourself in the War Yes Discord and come down here and ask I'm a whale if you wanna play. And basically the way this works, very, very funny. Essentially, you're given choices, and then you're given 3 options per... it's a really funny way to build a deck. Like, if you're getting bored with normal ranked Warno or Team Warno, you can build one this way and just have some fun with it. So the first thing it does is give you 3 divisions, and let's say you want to play Berlin Gropers. Then it will continuously give you 3 options until you fill all the slots. So let's just say... And they also have different veterancies. So this is a veteran Pioneer Führer, so you only get 1 in the card, so you do get some proper dud options. So obviously I would want this UAS Führer at 3 per card. BTR 60 PU at 2 per card isn't bad either. And then, yeah, Panzer Wachschützen or whatever they're called, they're decent. Or you could get 2 Cubs at trained. So we'll get some Panzer Vac. And then, yeah, basically you just go through it. And then eventually... after you've made I made all these amazing decisions, right? And it'll fill it all through. And on the left, it's got, like, how much of each thing you're filling up, right? I don't know if I'm, like, too zoomed in here. I was a little bit. So, yeah, it shows you your tabs as you're building them, so you can keep track of everything. And then eventually, like, really cool feature from Toucan. And then at the end, you get a deck, and then you can say copy code, and it'll copy it. And then you just come in here, battle groups, import. And then you're free to go into ranked with the best deck ever, which has 4 cards of supply and 1 AAP. So obviously you'd want to choose between the 3 options and you would get a slightly better deck, but basically that's the way that tournament's going to work. So thank you for sticking with it, guys. I'm happy that this went pretty well. We did have a few upsets. Me getting disconnected. There was another player who got disconnected. A few people not following the rules. But yeah, I'll see you around. Thanks for watching. GG. Hope you have a good one. Unless there's any burning questions. Thanks, Feder. Thanks for donating to the prize pool. What do you mean? I literally just mentioned this. Oh, I guess this is behind, right? So yeah, you just join the Warriors Discord and come down here and you'll see that the deck drafter tournament. So yeah, GG. I'll see you around. You go get some sleep. I'll see